Welcome back. I'm fascinated by Hillary's strategy. Where in the world is Hillary Clinton? 274 days without a press conference. Can she win the White House simply by running out the clock and not talking to the press? Here now, Ryan Godersky from Red Alert Politics, Democratic strategist Lauren Chevet, and Scott Rasmussen from the Rasmussen Media Group. Lauren, first to you. Is this a smart strategy for Hillary? Not talking to the press? Not until maybe after Election Day?
Well, we'll see if she really waits till after Election Day. But yeah, I mean, I think at this point, you know, she has only downside from opening herself up. I mean, look, and the answer, we know where she is. She's at a fundraiser. She raised $143 million last month. I get her schedule. It's every single day, 3 to 4 times a day, $2,700 to, you know, $100,000 a pop. She's spending time, as the New York Times reported this morning, with supporters. But look, the reality is she knows that she's in a really strong position, even if the polls are tightening, in part because she does so well with women, with minorities, and those are blocks of voters that are essential to win the White House that Trump is clearly not going to win and is not going to win back. So if I'm her, I mean, do I think it's the right strategy? I'd like to see her be out there more, absolutely. But there's no downside to her running out the clock.
So Trump's out there talking to black voters in Detroit. She's at these fundraisers. We only have a few weeks till early voting starts. And Ohio, I think, starts October 3rd, the first real state that's going to have early voting.
Right. Look, the election is upon us, but the strategy that Hillary Clinton following is a little bit like a prevent defense in football. And they sometimes say the whole purpose of that is to prevent victory. It's a good theory. Lauren is right on that. But it requires really skillful execution. And the reason is because a lot of issues about the foundation, the emails, the FBI report are likely to come up for the first time in a presidential debate with the largest audience of the entire campaign season. Hillary Clinton may not be ready for that.
So is that a smart move? Wait till really the first debate. We're going to see Hillary back out there in front of everyone post-Labor Day and early voting. She's going to do that first debate, I think, when early voting begins.
Yeah, you know, there are two Americas. The America that's rich enough to meet Hillary Clinton at fundraisers, and then the America who doesn't know anything that's going on besides her surrogates talking. And I think that the problem with that is that they do have 3 debates, and if Trump handles himself well, all of those scabs will be reopened for the public to hear. But most importantly, what you were saying, too, is that, yes, she's doing very well with women, she's doing very well with minorities, but she's doing very poorly with millennials right now. According to the Red Alert Politics millennial tracker, she's at 42%. She's down 20 points from where Obama was. And that's a significant loss in the Obama coalition.
So do millennials just stay home?
No, I don't think that. Well, look, first of all, anyway, millennials have historically not been showing up to the polls as much as they should. I'd like to see them get more engaged and turn up. But I think, look, on social issues, I don't think there's any question she's winning millennials. I mean, Trump picked a running mate who is vehemently against gay rights. And when you look at the majority, even conservative, even Republican millennials support gay rights. So I think on a lot of the social issues, I think it's not an issue for her. Look, I think, you know, the reality is that without women, without minorities, nobody wins the White House. And I think if I'm her, and by the way, she's also an amazing debater. I think she's going to be incredibly well prepared.
Are Democrats worried? Are Democrats worried right now, Scott? I mean, Donald Trump trying to take a few points.
They're a little bit nervous.
They're a little things big.
Yeah, look, they're nervous not about that they think she's behind, but that how in the world is she not further ahead? How in the world is this race not over? Democrats look at Donald Trump and say there's no way this man should even be competitive. And what this means is that one mistake by Hillary Clinton could turn the election. And basically, we're in a situation where you have 2 flawed and unpopular candidates. Neither one of them can win the race, but one of them has to lose.
All right, guys. Ryan, final word. 5 seconds.
Hillary Clinton's game of Marco Polo with voters is not going to work forever, and she's got to sit there and answer to the press eventually.
Marco Polo, I like that. All right, guys. Great to see you this morning. Thanks so much.